Welcome to this channel. In this video, I will show you how to solve an inactive conversion action or conversion tracking in Google Ads. As you can see here, I have to submit lead forms. If you look at it, it says no recent conversions. That means there is no problem with it, or at least it is active, only that there's no recent data. If you come here, earlier on, I was facing the same problem. And then if you look at it, what it was saying is, if you come here to check, you will see inactive. And when you click or hover around the inactive, it says unverified conversion. Unverified means that it is not active and it's not functioning. Now, someone may ask, what actually is causing my conversion action to be inactive and how do I solve it? I will try as much as possible to explain it in simple terms for you to understand. And when I face this problem, I have watched over 20 tutorials on YouTube and couldn't find a solution to it. So I took time and did my own research and tried a lot of options. And finally, after my investigations, I came up with a solution, which is very clear that whichever your problem is, if you follow this video carefully and you understand the process, at the end of the day, you'll be able to solve it. So I'm going to explain to you. When you have an inactive conversion tracking, what it basically means is that you've set a conversion to tracking to track whatever is going to happen on your website. So for example, I am setting an advert for people to go and fill a form on my website. I want that anyone who submit a form or who follows, and then anyone who follows the advert and fills this particular form, Google should record that there was a conversion. Someone submitted a form or filled the form and submitted. Unfortunately, when someone fills the form, it does not record it. And if it doesn't record it, the problem is that it will not be able to know which of the terms the people are using to search and are able to go and fill the form and then buy your product or service, so that they can send it to more people like that. At least being able to track the conversion and optimize your advert to reach out to the to the right people who are likely to patronize your services. Because the conversion is inactive, they cannot do that for you. The system will not be able to track that. So it is not going to help you. So if you want to solve it, it means that you have to solve the problem where when people fill the form, the system will be able to record it. And I will tell you that in technical terms, the reason why you are not getting the conversion being tracked is that you have not properly configured either the tag or the trigger. When I say the tag and the trigger, what does that mean? If you come to your Google Tag Manager, and I will leave a link in the description of this video so that you follow to the video and learn how to install Google Tag Manager, because there's a more detailed tutorial that I have explained how to install Google Tag Manager if your website is WordPress website. Now, if you come here, even if it is not WordPress website, I've still indicated, because if you come here, you see your container. These are the two tags you need to install. This is at the header section, and this is at the footer or the body section on your website. So even if it is not WordPress website, you can just go and install these two codes, and you'll be able, you'll be fine. So if you come here, trigger, you see the trigger and the tag. What we are basically saying is that the tag is the form that you want people to fill. You are actually putting the tag of the form into the Google Tag Manager. So Google Tag Manager, if someone fills the form, if someone is filling the form is the trigger. So Google Tag Manager will be able to detect that someone has filled the form. So filling the form is a trigger, and the system being able to detect that someone has filled the form is the what? That is a tag. So the tag and the trigger should be working properly. If the two are not working properly, your conversion will remain inactive. And I'm going to show you how to solve that. So come and watch. Just take time and follow this and see something. Inactive. So you click on the inactive. Then it says troubleshoot. You click on this. Then you click on connect. Then I want to fill the form and show you something. So I've submitted a form. Finish. Now, when you submit the form and you click on finish, it will bring you to this particular screen where you'll be told that the conversion wasn't detected. and you will see the conversion, you will see the conversion ID, you will see the conversion label. So please keep these intact, okay? Keep this intact. If you have, once you have the conversion ID and the conversion label, come to your Google Tag Manager and do this. Follow this particular procedure strictly in order to get it work. When you come, click on the tags. So you will see the tag that is not actually active. So for example, my own, it is submit lead form 2. So I'll click on it. So if you click on it, what exactly is the problem is, we need to set up the conversion at the tag correctly. So to set up the tag correctly, you click here, then you will see a place where it will ask of what? The conversion ID. So you put the conversion ID there. Then you see this particular place asking of the conversion label. You put the conversion label there. After that, you also come to the trigger. The trigger is the most important part. When we talk about the trigger, what do we mean? The trigger is how to tell the system that if someone fills the form, it should record it as a what? A trigger for the form submission. If the system is not able to detect that, if you don't configure that properly, it will continue to give you a problem. Now, sometimes maybe you may try and you still, it is still not responding. When you come here, the trigger, you can select, let me show you something. In fact, you can select form submission. So when you select form submission, automatically, it is supposed to record the form submission. However, sometimes you select the form submission and then still it doesn't record it. So this is what I would suggest. If you select the form submission, or maybe you select all click elements, just come and try and see how the system is going to record it, and then you will come back. So for now, I'm not going to make any change. For you, you can select form submission. Then you come to preview. When you come to preview, put your website there and let it load. Now, when it comes, I want to fill the form. Then I'm testing. So test 27. Then I'll click on submit. Then I'll click on finish. My own, you see, it says connected. And then when I click on continue, you see this is a summary of everything that happened. So you see that my own, the tag has fired. If your own is not successful, it will not fire. So you see that submit lead form 2 has been fired. It being fired means that when I fill the form, the system has recorded that it has actually happened. If it wasn't successful, it will not be recorded here. So how did I do it and it has been able to record it? Now, if you come to the left-hand side, you will see all the steps that you clicked, everything from the home page. When you click and it opens to the home page to the final, everything has been recorded. So these are the summary. So everything you see below the first, this particular one is what? Is everything that happened under the home page. This is everything that happened under the home page. Then, when I went to the home page, I clicked on what? I clicked a link. And what was the link I clicked? I clicked on submit schedule consultation. So this is the link. So it took me to the next particular, the next page on the website, which is what? The contact us page. So everything, all the steps on the contact us, these are all the steps that took place. Then from there, I filled the form under the contact us page and I submitted. Then it took me to the thank you page. So this is the last part. This is the thank you page. So everything you see here happened under the thank you page. Now, in order for us to get this problem solved once and for all, you have to come to the thank you page and then come to the variables. Or at least go to the page that you want to track. Check that particular action. That particular action normally is the last thing that happened. So the thank you page, if someone doesn't fill the form, he or she cannot get to the thank you page. So if someone gets to the thank you page, it means he or she has filled the form. So at the thank you page, when I check, you see the URL of the thank you pages. This is the URL of the thank you page. So what I want to do is that I want to track this particular thank you page. It is not just URL alone. If you were trying to track someone clicking a particular button, there are several ways I could have done it. So for example, for this one, I want to track the URL, but after I'm done with the URL, I'll take you through how to also track if I want to check someone clicking on the submit form button. So for the URL of the thank you page as an example, I'll just copy the URL, okay? Copy the URL and then come. So the trigger is not working properly. I have to make the trigger track anyone who gets to the thank you page and click. If anyone who gets to the thank you page, because if someone is at the URL, they've got to the thank you page. So I'll come back. So when you come back to the tags, go to the trigger. So submit lead form. So I want to change the submit lead form trigger. So when you come to the submit lead form trigger, click on edit, okay? And click on it. So now under edit, I'm telling the system that anyone who gets to the submit lead form, they should what? They should record it as a what? As a form submission. So if you see here, you see window loaded. And if you come back here, you will see that among all the steps that happened, all these steps below here up to this particular one are things that happen at the thank you page. So concern initialization, container loaded, DOM ready, window loaded. Window loaded means that the window actually loaded and opened. The window, or at least the thank you page window opened. So that is the meaning of window loaded. So, and if you come to the window loaded, you see the window loaded at which URL? The thank you page URL. Okay. So I've copied that particular URL. And then I come here and I select. So I'm choosing that I want if the window is loaded. Now, they are asking, is it all if all windows load or some windows loaded events? It's not all windows. If it is all windows, it means that if I even go to the home page, then it will track it as a window loading. And that is not what I want. It is some windows loading. So if I now tell them that I want some windows loading, they'll ask me that, okay, so what should help them to determine that particular window I want? Is it a click class, the click element, the click ID? These are all the variables. So I want it to be, I want to use the page URL to track when a window, that the thank you page window load. So I said the page, I'm choosing page URL, and it should be equal to the thank you page URL. So if you come to the thank you page, you see that this is the URL that is at the thank you page. So you can just go back to the tag assistant, go to the thank you page. This is the URL. When someone gets to the thank you page, this URL will definitely show. So I copied all of this and I came here and I pasted it here. So when you paste it, it means that anyone who gets to this particular URL, the system will trigger it that the person has filled the form. So automatically, the tag will respond. The tag will fire that I have received, I have detected a form submission. So automatically, when that happens, then your form or your conversion will turn to what? Active. That is why now it says no recent conversions. So it means now it is active, it is verified, but there is no form submission. Let me show you another way of solving it, or another parameter or variable you can use. When you come to, if you come back here, okay, you will see that we also have, so I said all the things that are happening here are the what? That is under all those that happened here are under what? The contact us. The contact us, if you get to the contact us, several actions happen. You have consent initialization, container loaded, DOM window loaded. Okay. And then so let's go to just one of them and then check something. So maybe we'll go to DOM ready. If you go to the DOM ready and you check at the top right hand side, you will see variables. Under the variables, you will see URL, you see when you go down, you will see click ID. So you can see the variables and their IDs. You will have event, click ID. So I want to come back to the thank you page, which is my last, what do we call it? The last thing that will happen. So under the thank you page, you will see the scrolls, you will see window loaded. So let me say I come to window loaded as an example. There are so many things you can use. So if I come to window loaded, or let me still use the contact us page. There is let me choose the window loaded. So under window loaded as an example, when you come, you will see form classes, form element, form ID. And you also see page URL. So if it is that I had wanted to track someone getting to the contact us page, I will just copy this URL and I will go and select the page URL and I'll put this particular one. Then also under DOM ready, if I want, for example, you see here, event, then you see the click ID, click URL. Some of the variables are not showing, but some are showing. Just want to show you. So I want to use the link click to demonstrate. So let's say I want to track anyone who clicks on the schedule consultation button. So I would have come here and then choose. So when I come under the triggers, I want to open the trigger. And then instead of using page view, I won't choose page view. I will choose all elements. And then after that, I'll choose not all clicks, but some clicks. Then it will ask that what do I want to choose? Do I want to choose page URL? And then, so you see, you come back here. It is what? Click text. Click text. If the click ID here, if the variable were showing, I could have used that one. So either click ID, click text, click URL. So I want to use what? I want to use click text. So if you come here, you see click ID, click element, click text. So I would have selected click text and says equals. Then here, I'll come and then copy schedule consultation and then come and paste it here. So it means that when someone clicks on the schedule consultation on the website, this particular button, automatically the trigger would respond that someone has clicked on the schedule consultation button. Then the tag will fire that the person has taken the action that I am intended. So there are several options. You can either use click ID, click text, click URL, all these form ID. So that means that you can go and then copy the form ID. And then in some cases, so if you are under the thank you page or under where the form is, if you come and check the variables, the form ID may show. So here, as I said, the form ID is not showing as a number. I wanted it to show as a number, but it's not showing as a number. But it depends on your website. It can show. So if it shows as a text or number or whatever word you see there, you can copy it and then come here. And then if you select form ID, then you select equals. You can select equals or contains. Then you come here and put that particular value and save it. After you save it, you come, for me, I'm going to discard it because I'm not making any change. After you save it, you now come and click on preview. When you click on preview, put your website again and then follow the process and take the action and click on finish on your website. And you will see that it will actually reflect that the conversion will turn from inactive to what? Active. And at least if someone follows on your website and takes that action, it will be recorded. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell and like this video. Leave your comments in the comment section. If you have any problem following this tutorial and doing what I demonstrated, I am available to help, but we charge very affordable prices to do that. You can check the WhatsApp and Telegram link in the description of this video. You can also follow the other video I spoke about earlier, the link, and then go and watch the tutorial on how to install your Google Tag successfully. Thank you once again, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.